back to my channel. Today I'm not wearing any makeup right now because I'm gonna do a little bit of a chatty get ready with me, I guess, because I had some adventures the past couple of weeks and I kind of want to tell you about it while I'm getting ready. And because I don't have any makeup on, because I actually don't really know what I want my look to look like, other than I want to use this lipstick. This blue purple lipstick is my only goal today. I want to incorporate that into a look. This is a Trolls lipstick in Midnight Troll. It's a matte one. But yeah, I want to incorporate that. So let's get right into it, shall we? I'm going to start with the primer, and again, I'm almost through it. It's almost gone. See that dent in there? Yeah, it's almost gone. It's the Face Shop Air Cotton Makeup Base in Lavender. So I'm going to spread that all over my face, and then we will get into my story. So maybe it's a story time too? I'm hoping it's not like clickbaity because it's not a super exciting story. And I haven't really decided what my title is going to be. So hopefully it's not clickbaity. So I'm just going to put that all over. Now I was going to do this actually, I was going to do this get ready with me last week. Because I had my fingers actually all taped up. And that's the story I'm going to tell you today. Again, eye primer. And like the look I want today, because I'm wearing such a bold color of lipstick, I want to go with a bit more understated eyes. So I'm not going to go crazy with my eye stuff, but I'm going to use actually the Naked Smoky palette, which looks like that. I'm going to keep it kind of gray toned. Less copper, less brown, more gray. So I'm going to start with an all-over lid color, which I'm going to use this one called High. It's the lightest shimmery beigey color. But yeah, so the story time today is last week, 2 weeks ago, I think by the time, pretty much by the time this goes up, it'll be 2 weeks. Is going to be, I actually fell down the flight of stairs. It was fun. I was at a meeting at an office. I'm a board member of an organization in town here. And yeah, I was at a meeting with them, and I left the meeting to come outside. I'm going to use the color Password right here, this gray tone in the crease. So I came outside, and they have a notice on the door saying, close the door, like, firmly behind you. And so I turned around and I closed the door, and what they have at this office building is in the front door, in front of the door there's these 4 concrete steps, and what had happened was I was wearing some heeled boots that day, and as I was closing the door I took a step back, and I wasn't looking where I was going. So my heel actually went over the edge of the first concrete step, and I, for some reason, and I kid you not, when you fall like that, I'm gonna use color Smolder right here, this purpley color, in the outer V. And I kid you not, when you fall, it's literally all in slow motion, and I managed to turn around. So I was facing forward down the steps, and I wound up like, my knees bent, and I wound up like, kind of like, these are the steps here, and I kind of went just boom down one step, and my knees bent, and I hit the step, and I was like, oh great, I only fell down one step. This is awesome. I can get back up, I'm okay. Well, I was carrying a purse, a really big purse, on my shoulder, and on my other shoulder I actually had a bag full of files and stuff. And momentum exists. So as I caught myself on the first step, and I was all like, oh, I'm okay, and yeah, the purse and the bag kind of went forward and kind of took me with it. So at that point I was like, oh crap, I'm going down the rest of these steps. And so I kind of tucked my head and kind of tumbled down over the steps, and I beat myself up a bit So I was lying on the ground, and Tyler had come to pick me up, and he saw me shut the door and then looked down to play Pokemon, as you do, and missed the whole thing, and I was lying on the ground. Kind of more in shock than anything else. I kind of didn't know what to think, and I was lying on the ground not knowing if I had done anything. I wasn't feeling any pain. I didn't know if the adrenaline was going, and I wouldn't feel any pain for a couple minutes. So I lay there just to make sure I was okay, bent all my limbs, my hands, my arms, the Smashbox Always Sharp Waterproof Kohl Liner is going to be my eyeliner today because I don't want anything too dramatic. But yeah, so I was lying on the ground and I bent all my limbs to make sure that I was okay and nothing was broken. And then I went to get up, and I got up, and I cut myself on my finger here, like this one right here. I cut it, like I kind of gouged it out a bit. Sorry if it's gross, but I kind of gouged it out. And this is the only wound I noticed, so I was like, oh, okay. So I got back up and started picking up all my stuff, and at this point, Tyler looked up from Pokemon and saw me trying to, like, pick up all my stuff, which was literally, like, I threw it all in the air when I fell, so it was, like, all this stuff strewn everywhere. So I went to go pick it all up, and then he noticed at that point, and then got out of the car and came over and asked me if I was okay, and I told him, I don't know. So yes, he's like, what happened? And I said, I fell, and, we checked it out, and my coat's filthy dirty because of the salt and dirt and everything on the asphalt and the concrete. And we got back in the car. He walked me back to the car, and I thought my leg had been hurt. And it turns out that when I landed, when I went down the steps, the side of my thigh kind of hit pretty hard, and I have a big bruise. And I skinned my knee, and I got in the car, and then I found out this happened because there was like blood running down my arm. And we got home, and as we were getting home, my left ring finger started to hurt a lot. I stopped being able to bend it, and it started swelling. So that's it's the finger I wear my wedding bands on, that everybody wears their wedding bands on, and it kind of scared me a bit. So when we got home, we immediately pulled the wedding bands off of my fingers. And my finger just started to swell. So at that point, I was like, oh crap, I broke my finger. Great, we have to go to the hospital now and wait for hours in the waiting room in the emergency just to get a finger reset. So I was like, no, let's tape it and get it taped like, you normally do. When you break your finger, they brace it against another one. So I was like, well, let's tape it, and then if it still hurts later, we'll go to the hospital. So I was like, all right. So we taped it up with Band-Aids because we had no tape, like no medical tape, so we taped it with Band-Aid. It was really ghetto looking. It was ridiculous. I'm using the Dior Show mascara in black. A little sample one I got. I love this mascara. It makes my lashes look amazing. And so I said, well, why don't we wait, because I can still bend it. So we assumed that because I could still bend it, I wasn't broken. And and I was like, okay, well, but if it's a sprain, because I sprained my wrist a couple years ago, and the doctor told me the sprain can sometimes be worse than a break. So I decided, I was like, okay, well, if it doesn't feel better by the end of the night, then we're going to go to the hospital, and I'm going to see if it is actually broken, or if it's just a sprain and what I have to do about it. So I kind of came home, taped it up, bandaged myself up, and went to my iPad and did a little bit of research about sprain versus a break when it comes to your fingers. And the concealer is the Hulk Naked Face one, the one I always use. So we went, and I kind of read up on it last night, and it said, like, if you can bend your finger slightly, like I couldn't make a fist and I couldn't straighten it out all the way, like it was literally like stuck like that. I taped it up like that and left it alone, and then I kind of read that there's something else they do that can happen to your finger. It's usually a sports injury, but they call it a jammed finger. and I'm no medical professional, but when I researched it, the description of the injury itself, like the description was that you, the Vanilla Co. I'm going to use the Vanilla Co. CC It Radiant Melting Pact for my foundation. In there. But, yeah, so I read it, and it's usually a sports injury if you catch a ball if you catch a ball and your fingertip you hit your fingertip, and it doesn't bend it. So what happened was, I guess when I fell, because it wasn't a sprain, because they said the symptoms of a sprain I don't have. And so I found out, like, when I went down, my ring finger right there hit the ground and didn't bend, which made this joint kind of push against the, like, this joint press together, and they called it jam. So my finger, there's a reason I'm not wearing my wedding bands, because my finger's still swollen. I can't get my wedding bands on. But the way it is that it kind of slammed on the ground, and then this joint kind of compressed together. So it's just a matter of time. It's just like, you can't do anything about it. You just have to wait. So that's what I was doing. And then the day after this happened, I went out for coffee with the lovely Amanda from Amanda and Lola NL. And I had the idea before she came, and she suggested it too, of doing like a get ready with me or a tutorial using, because I'm left-handed, using my gimped up finger. And I was like, yeah, I could totally do that. Because I was telling her how hard a time I had Friday morning putting my makeup on to go to work. And, but I wound up not doing it because my finger hurt really badly, and I didn't want to screw it up, mess it up any more than it already was. So I spent the whole weekend all day, the whole weekend in taped fingers, and it's getting better. I can make a fist, and I can straighten it almost all the way. It still hurts a little bit if I make a really compressed fist. It still hurts quite a bit, but it's getting better. It doesn't hurt nearly as much as it does. I'm using the Urban Decay Naked Flushed for my contour, the bronzer there. But yeah, so that's what happened to me 2 weeks ago. I hurted myself. I literally fell down a set of stairs, concrete stairs. I don't think I've ever done it before, but yeah. So that was fun. So it was really difficult to do anything last weekend. I couldn't drive. Friends of mine, I went to Costco with a friend of mine, and I went to a baby shower. And I couldn't drive because I couldn't make right-hand turns, because I couldn't grab the steering wheel with enough force to make the right-hand turn, because my finger wouldn't bend that way. So that was fun. And my blush, I'm going to use the Benefit Dandelion. Have you guys ever fallen down a set of steps? Let me know down in the comments below, and how embarrassing it was, because I swear I think I was red as I'm glad no one else was around when it happened. But I could not imagine if somebody else was around. I think I'd freak out. I'd be so embarrassed. And I mean, have you ever sprained your finger or broken your finger, and what did it look like and feel like to you? Because I'm pretty sure I didn't break it, because I can bend it, but you never know, right? So yeah, let me know down in the comments below, and share your embarrassing, humiliating, falling down the stairs stories, and we can all be embarrassed together. I'm going to use the Too Faced Rosy Glow Candlelight Glow Highlighter. I don't like this highlighter. I'm using it to use it, so it doesn't show up very well on my skin, but because I'm going with the bold lip look, it doesn't really matter, so I'm just going to put that on. But yeah, so that was my adventure from 2 weeks ago. It feels so long ago now, actually. It doesn't feel like it was only 2 weeks ago. But yeah, it was a little bit embarrassing. But, you get through it. You get through it, and you get over it. I mean, I did. It was embarrassing. I hurt myself, but whatever. I still have a bruise on my leg, and skinned knee, and scabs, and blood bruise scars everywhere. But, it happens. I'm using the Tony Moly Cat's Wink powder in the color 02. Alright, so that goes everywhere. And then I'm going to use, which I'm super excited about, it's almost gone, a second. No, it's not. Never mind. I'm using the Skin Food Red Orange Makeup Finish Glossy Type for my setting spray. And I think I've mentioned this in a favorites before, but this thing smells amazing. It smells like oranges. So in the morning, it's really invigorating. And let me tell you, putting a setting spray on with your non-dominant hand sucks. Goes everywhere. It's like hairspray. I couldn't put hairspray on with my dominant hand. It was horrendous. So, I mean, doing anything. I couldn't put eyeliner on. I honestly couldn't. It was awful. Like, I could barely hold a pen. And I'm like, geez, I'm glad I work at a computer where my mouse is on kind of on my right side, because I wouldn't be able to have used a mouse. It was crazy. Yeah, so that was good. Yeah, it was 4 days, taped up fingers, and you know, now it's still like swollen, so I still can't. They say it can be like for 2 to 4 weeks before the swelling goes down, so I'm just waiting on that, and then hopefully get my wedding bands back on. So there's nothing going on. I just can't put them on at the moment. Yeah, so it's a lot more. It's very understated, and I'm kind of happy about that. Alright, so the pièce de résistance of this Get Ready With Me is the navy, well, bright blue lipstick. I've never worn crazy bright colors before. I tried a lavender, remember, once for work, or purple for work, and it was too purple. It was not appropriate for work. So, yeah, so I got this a few months ago, and I haven't used it yet, so I figured why not break it out and use it in a Get Ready With Me. So this is, as I said before, this is a MAC matte lipstick in Midnight Troll from the Trolls collection. I'm sure they have another version of this somewhere. It may not be called Midnight Troll, it might be just called Midnight. If not, I mean, blue lipstick is pretty standard now with any collection, so you can probably find it. Alright, so let's just stick this thing. Ooh. That is blue, blue, blue. Look at that. Ooh, that is blue. Wow. That was good though, right? Like, makes my teeth look really white. I do actually really like it though. I think that looks really cute. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below, but I think that looks really nice. I like really unique lipstick colors, but I mean, I really have a hard time finding places to wear them other than on YouTube videos. So I figured I'd do it today and film a couple videos. So again, what do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. And that's it for this Get Ready With Me and chat and story time, I guess. But yeah. So I hurt myself. Let me know as well any of your embarrassing I fell down a flight of stairs type of stories down below in the comment section. And if you like this video, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. And also, if you want to see more content from me, don't forget to hit that little red subscribe button. And if you want to be notified when I post new videos, don't forget to hit the little bell right next to the subscribe button as well. Alright, we'll see you next time. Bye!